A year ago, I launched a TikTok shop and it's made $154,000 since. It was very consistent, but it's going viral right now. This is exactly what I'm doing so that you can copy it.
Numbers are green across the board, which is great, right? So we're seeing a significant spike right now in sales, which obviously means in visitors, in orders, our customers, everything across the board. Now, this number you're seeing in the last 7 days is really in the last four. Okay. Like previous to that, we were doing like $500 a day, right? It's not even close. So I kind of walk you through this. I want to show you what I did, first of all, explain that. And then I want to walk you through some things that you should be looking for on TikTok Shop if you're trying to get a listing going, because I see a lot of people making mistakes. So let me start by walking you through this specific thing underneath analytics, just so you can kind of see, paint a picture of what's going on. So in the last 25 days, just so far this month, you know, it was hanging out, a couple $100 a day, maybe, like not really doing anything. I literally have done nothing with this TikTok shop for months. This is kind of the cool thing. I'll actually back you all the way up since I first started this thing. But basically, this brand was just sitting. I wasn't really doing anything on TikTok shop. It was like 30 minutes of work a month, and it'd make like $8,000 a month, really high margin, which is great, but very consistent for a year, a couple $100 a day basically throughout the whole life of it. And now a major spike a year later. Why? Okay. First and foremost, I launched a new product. All of these sales for the last year was from one product. Now, the product itself doesn't necessarily mean you're suddenly going to see a huge sales spike. So, what did I do? I'm going to try to get as practical as possible here. First of all, the main product that I was selling through this entire period got really competitive. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, the likelihoods of it going viral was probably not going to happen. But there's two things I want to talk about, the offer and the positioning on this. And then I also want to walk you through the marketing side of things, which obviously made the sales happen. So, first and foremost, people make a huge mistake when they are trying to set up their listing on TikTok Shop. They price it where they hope they can sell it for, and they make a couple of videos, they send out a few samples. Nobody makes any sales. Maybe they get 3 orders, and they're wondering why it didn't work. Okay. TikTok will promote you the higher the conversion rate you have. That is what I have found. So instead of starting high, and then when your product doesn't sell, you start lowering the price, do it the other way around. Okay. On these orders, I'm just going to walk you through the math here. I'll actually open a Google Doc real quick. I'm selling this product on the listing for $20. Okay. And this is what people fail to understand. Okay. I'm offering a 35% commission, which is $7. TikTok takes 6%, which is about $1.40, whatever that is. And then we have product cost. Okay. After the product cost, the fulfillment fees from the 3PL, everything all in, I'm spending a conservative, it's probably more like 850 to $9 on that. Okay. Well, there's also shipping, okay? Because we are offering this product for $20 plus free shipping. I know it's crazy. That's probably $5 in shipping. So if you do the math on each of these orders and actually break it down, right, for what we are making, when I'm adding in the commission, I'm actually losing like $1 or so on each of these orders. And that's really aggressive. I'm not saying I recommend doing that. I could have just as easily listed this at 23 or 25 and broken even. But my goal here was to at least break even and build the listing. Now, if I'm losing money on every order, how am I profitable right now? Great question. Glad you asked. It's because as you start getting sales, TikTok is actually going to boost you. And that's going to get you a bunch of free sales that doesn't have this big honker of an expense right here. Okay. No 35%. But what's also happening, I got this to work with our own organic content. Okay. So my brand videos on our brand page. And this is the part that I see most people miss. Let's say you launch a product, and please stick with me here if you want to do TikTok Shop. You're going to be making videos, ideally every single day. Send out 10 samples or so, not a lot, to very specific people that you really think would do well. And if nobody makes any sales from their videos, you do not solve the problem by sending more samples. This is how TikTok has changed. Do not send a lot of samples if you are not getting results. Period. People keep doing that. The problem is you are just going to repeat the same results. You need to change your offer. You need to change, and maybe it's the product. The products are shit half the time. That's fine. It is what it is. Some people don't know how to pick products or build a product. That's okay. But first, I would go to the offer. If someone's not going to buy it at 20, why would they pay 30? I'm hoping I can sell this one day for $30. pretty confident that I can.
Whoa, quick interruption here. Word from our sponsor, which is us. We don't do sponsorship deals here. Our stuff is better. Check out our school group link down below. If you want to learn more about TikTok Shop and how to build an e-commerce brand for 50 bucks a month, you'll get a free one-on-one onboarding call, access to the group calls we do multiple times a month, our full community, multiple courses that we use to sell for thousands of dollars each, and access to a bunch of other stuff, every industry resource that you're going to need. So check that out. Back to the video.
And how did I bring this listing to 700 sales? It literally says 700 units sold on the listing. How did I do that? Okay, because 5 days ago it said 20. Okay, and those 20 were my friends who left it so they could leave a review. You know, they purchased it. So we did that because the offer is crazy. Yes, it's compounded by the fact that the product itself isn't really existing on TikTok Shop. So we brought something new, but most of the sales, I'd say probably about 70% right now, are from my videos. So I'm not paying that commission. So I got it to work. The only situation where I would start sending out a lot of samples is if we have proof of concept. Most people don't have this, and they try to send a lot of samples, when they don't have this. So if your videos aren't blowing up and the original 10, 20 affiliates you sent samples to are not blowing up, you don't fix it by sending more samples. Either you need to get your videos working or the affiliates need to get their videos working. I will only send a lot of samples. Like right now, I'm being stupidly aggressive. I'm approving almost anybody because I know I have a proof of concept and it's going to make those videos have a really high chance of popping off. And because I know someone's going to be in the comments like, well, how do I make videos and what's that? Look, I have other videos on that and you can join our school groups to learn how to use these tools. But KaloData is one of my favorite tools because let's say we're selling some sort of beauty accessory product. We can take this blowout hair curler. We can look at the last 30 days, they made $1 million. But what did they do? Here's every single person who's promoting them. And here's all the videos. So you can copy the hooks, the openings, okay? Look, what's the theme? I can see just by looking at the thumbnail. They're showing it in use immediately. That's how the clip opens up. So it's very self-focused. It's showing the face. So you can follow these frameworks, and that is how we find in our category videos that work well. If we're in the supplement space, let me click on any supplement product, and these videos are going to be applicable. I can see exactly what's working. Is it a short video? Is it a long video? This one is definitely much longer videos. And then you can start testing that framework to see what works. So the resources are out there. You just got to know how to look at the data and see what is working so that you can build off of it, because this one video made 80 grand. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? So this is why most people fail on TikTok Shop. They don't understand the structure. They do not have the right setup for their offer initially. They also have not studied what big brands are doing. Most large listings on TikTok, they have free shipping. You should offer free shipping to your customers. Bake it into the price, okay? Like what we did on my main listing, the listing right here that did all of these sales, okay? Through this entire period, this whole startup, honestly, before it started popping off, I priced this at $20. Today we sell it for $29.90. So basically $30, but we also have free shipping. So we're actually making like an extra $4 on that even after the shipping price, right? Once you get the listing built, you have units sold, you have 50 reviews, on the main listing right here that sold all this, we have like 350 reviews. Well, once you have that, you can start raising your price and your conversion rate won't drop because people trust it. So this is the big factor that people are missing on TikTok. You can raise your price later. I'm not worried about my margin necessarily as long as I'm not losing money. And in fact, I've always been at least 30% on this brand, even while it might not pencil out to most people and make sense. But keep in mind, I'm not paying a commission on every single sale. So the biggest lever you can pull on TikTok Shop is to get your content working. And here is yet another shop, yet another product of mine that shows this works, okay? Last 7 days. Oh my bad, that's today. Last 7 days. I mean, look at this, right? I have a video on our page that has over 500,000 views. Another one has 100,000. Another has like 50K. And then affiliates started doing it. We have an affiliate that's been making like $200 a day in commission for the last 4 days. He's generated a few $1,000s in sales for us. That has obviously been very beneficial. Now, he's one of a few affiliates that are working. He's our biggest, but a lot of these sales, majority of it was from the videos that I created. Not hired out, not like me. I still jump on there and just cold rip TikToks on my phone. It doesn't matter. Like, just do it. It's not that hard. So I try different things. I try different hooks. And as soon as one video works, I'm just going to replicate that thing over and over and over and over again. But that is what we're doing on TikTok. I think the biggest takeaway, if you're watching this video, is you should not be sending a bunch of samples to people if the proof of concept is not there. Plain and simple. If it's not there, it's not there. You're not going to fix that by sending more samples. Make sure that you are making your own content or getting the affiliates that actually have the product to make good videos. You can work with them. You can send them ideas, script examples, whatever. We don't send them word for word stuff, but we do send them a couple video links, some examples. So just make sure that you are getting proof of concept before you waste a bunch of money on samples, and have a good product, because most people don't.
And if you didn't already know, TikTok Shop is what fuels the growth on other platforms. It's the perfect place to use as a launch pad to build a new brand. Look at this over on Amazon. Like, we're crushing it now because of our efforts on TikTok. So if you want to learn more about TikTok Shop and how to build a real e-commerce brand this year, make sure to check out the link down below and join our school group. For less than $2 a day, you'll get to learn all this stuff, see us build it. You'll get a one-on-one call, our group calls, community, multiple courses, and a bunch of other stuff. So check that out. We'll see you inside.